That one is play custom scene. Alright, cool. So what errors were we seeing? So Cascadia Mono, I'm sure we just did a find and replace across the whole project for that. So the cool thing about Godot as well, one thing I really love about it, there it is, right there, is everything is just text, right? There's no real like binary formats that, I mean, obviously like your textures and your sounds and stuff are all going to be a binary format, but Godot itself like doesn't, as long as you save everything as a T-res or a T-scene, that stands for like text scene or text resource, then everything's, you know, like get diffable. It really just helps to know that if you screw something up, you know, there is a way to just edit the text by hand. In fact, that's how we dealt with an error in our previous stream. We just did everything by hand because it's all just text. Okay, so player collision. So I think that's coming from the ship. Oops. So our signal is player collision. Oh, I know what's happening here. Okay, so in the player, we connect. We're trying to connect from ourself instead of from the ship, right? So you find the object that you want, well, the object that sends the event. Then you call .connect on the sender, right? And then you define the signal name, the receiver, and the handle function. And I just remembered this technically should be called on ship player collision, right? Something's heating the CPU again. I think it's just the heat. Okay. Got to save that. Let's just quit the project. Or actually go back to the project list and reload. Okay. I'm wondering if I should just run this display at a lower resolution while we're doing Godot development. What if we just do default? I guess that's going to be a little bigger, and that might work a little better. Okay. Okay, yeah, I like that a little better anyway. And then this needs to be resized. Oops. Looks like something is going very wrong. I think it's down to that those particles. Oh, I guess what we do is we just turn them off in the scene, right? And then they'll turn on. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, okay. Silly me. Let me make a note of that because I think that's a helpful tip to remember. Set. All right. Okay. Hopefully this feels better already. Okay. So yeah, we're still getting one error here. Is it still that font? Maybe we should just delete the font for now and then re-import or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, so we're in here, and then, sorry, inside the ship, this is the font in question, I believe. Ah, no, it's not. Well, let's see. Oops. And so I guess it'll be in no custom font. Okay, and then in the, oh, I know, yep. Okay, so that's why the bubbles aren't working. It's because we have the custom font on the bubbles. So let's jump into the bubble scene and just look at this label here. And under custom fonts, we should see a problem. And so what we'll do instead is just say a new dynamic font. And the font is going to equal load. And it's going to go GUI. And we will use this tres file. See, it does not. Oh. Oops. I guess that's expecting the TTF. Yep. Okay, so now if we save this scene, I think the bubbles hopefully will work. And then that will fix that final error, hopefully. Yep, okay, so we're seeing the letters in the bubbles. They're really tiny for some reason. Let's just increase that size. Let's zoom in here. Not that zoom in. Okay. So if we look at this label, we need it at least twice the size, right? Maybe even bigger than that. Cool. Now these are all placeholder graphics, of course, just while we get up and running. Okay, cool. So we want to get the D first. D. Oh yeah. It's so funny to bounce off these bubbles. Like, it's such a surprise. I'm just so used to running straight through them. Okay, so let's see how this is screwed up. Try. Cool. So, what is happening? Okay, we're not actually caring about the player at this point. We're actually just caring about the ship. So the ship do we use this anywhere? Nope. Alright, yeah, we don't need this anymore, so let's get rid of that. Want to become famous? Ah, you. Hello. Ben. I wonder if we could just make that on an on ready. Okay, we're not focusing on that just yet. Okay, so what's happening with the bubbles? Okay, so let's just print the collider each time. And maybe we can just do collider.name and see if we're getting bubbles actually colliding. I mean, we must do because we're bouncing off them. Okay, so we've got bubble 5. So we're definitely colliding with the bubbles, right? And then on collide with player, I'm assuming the bubble has that still. So nope. We called it ship, yeah, because we're not colliding with the player anymore. So that is now ship. Okay, that makes sense. And otherwise we collide with the ship. And we should probably call this ship collision, right? Or even just collision. So it's yeah, I think collision because it's already on the ship object, so we don't need to add additional context to that. Okay, and so then the player object is going to be connecting to that collision now, like so, and that's going to make that, it's not going to fit on one line anyway, so let's just do something like that. Alright, cool. So I think now our ship should be able to pop bubbles again. Pop, there we go. And zoomy, zoomy, zoomy. Pop, there we go. Cool. And now, what else can we do? So for some reason, I'm not sure if this label, not that label, the player label doesn't seem to be updating. Let's have a look. On ship. Okay, let's call this on ship collision. And then there's no that should be on